Hello, friends, and welcome to Aquarius season. It's the first full season of 2025, and I am super excited to walk us through this because there are so many things changing, and I think it's something helpful to be aware of. So, as we get into Aquarius season, I think it's important to remember some key events that are happening. We will see, of course, the sun entering Aquarius on Sunday, January 19th, in the middle of the day. And then on January 29th, 10 days later, we will have the Aquarius new moon. This introduces energy like the conjunction of Mercury with Pluto, as well as a trine of the sun and the new moon to Jupiter retrograde. Now, retrograde in Gemini, actually. And this is something that we'll talk in more in depth in another video later this month. On February 12th, we will see the Leo full moon early in the morning. And this introduces a fixed T square with the apex being Uranus, and also another video coming later on that. Some other significant events that I was looking at this month and I'm like, wow, these are some very important things to consider. One, because these are personal planets. When we talk about the sun, the moon, Mercury, or Venus, we are addressing energy that's very personal to us. So following their shift in the sky actually helps us be more aware of some of the ways that we think and the ways that we feel and our desires, the things that we're attracted to. All that is part of those personal planetary energies. So as of January 21st, just after we enter Aquarius season, we will see the sun conjunct Pluto. This is a significant energy imprint of those two coming together in Aquarius. Of course, we will see the sun touch Pluto for the next 15 so years as Pluto moves through Aquarius. So this is the first one of this new season of Pluto being committed and completely in Aquarius energy. And so this will be one to note. What do we feel like on this day? What is it bringing up? What is the healing work that needs to be addressed because the sun is bringing its light to that Pluto in Aquarius. On January 28th, Mercury, our thinking planet, will enter into Aquarius. And later on, it will actually, of course, touch Pluto and it's going to also interact with the sun. All of those things are important to recognize because this is how our mind works. This is what we think. This is what stimulates our mental processes and our analysis. On January 29th, the mean nodes will shift into Pisces and Virgos. Now, everybody has a different feeling about mean nodes versus the other, oh gosh, the name has just left from me, nodes that, true nodes. And those nodes, true nodes have already shifted as of January 11th. The mean nodes will shift on January 29th. So whatever you feel is your thing, you can pay attention to that shift. Either way, the nodes have been and will be moving into this Pisces Virgo energy. This really is something that deserves its own video, and I plan on producing that and getting that out later this month because I think it is, again, a lesson to be aware of for the next 18 months that will really help us because there is a lot of Pisces energy that we should be aware of that has been preparing us for the North Node shifting into Pisces and the South Node being in Virgo. Also on January 29th, we're going to see Mercury conjunct Pluto. And so again, like this planetary communication planet of Mercury is now touching basis with Pluto. And we're going to see some of that communication that Mercury does of thoughts or conversations or memories that are coming back to our mind of things that we need to heal, address, and resolve. Okay. On January 30th, Uranus, that is now in Taurus, will station direct. And this is great because Uranus has been retrograde in Taurus for a handful of months right now. And that means that we've had a chance to review our finances, review our values, review just our personal self-confidence and self-worth, our resources. And in that review, as the energy shifts into direct motion, you might see more application of it, and the energy is ready to actually do something more in creating, building newness after having reviewed the past, especially in those themes. On February 1st, Venus will conjunct Neptune. Again, any kind of conjunction introduces a poignant moment of insight. And with Venus being the planet of the things that we value, when it conjuncts Neptune in Pisces, particularly, it is an opportunity to sort of align our spiritual insight and our material values and our relational values. This is very interesting. That's happening during the month of love, as we call it here in the US, February. And so this is again this opportunity to sort of open the heavens and sort of receive that information and that insight into how do I need to proceed when it comes to these heart-centered things, right? And then we see on February 3rd that Venus will conjunct the North Node. Now, the value of this is, again, we're in the North Node and Neptune are in Pisces right now. And because of that, conjunctive Venus with Neptune, North Node, all in Pisces, such a close time period. Again, the themes that you're going to see in the 18 months of the North Node moving through Pisces, you're going to have an opportunity to be more aware of some of those priorities, those values, those desires because of this Venus moving through Pisces and aligning to Neptune in the North Node. Now, soon after, Venus will on February 4th and move into Aries. And so it will sort of leave this energy that it's been in as far as maybe distraction and maybe also insight. And it will be ready to now take action and send message to that Mars that's still in retrograde and saying, hey, this is what I desire now, and preparing Mars to take action once Mars goes direct. All right. We also see that Jupiter will station direct. Jupiter's been in Gemini for a while now, and over a year, and well, almost a year. And actually, no, it's not. I correct myself. Jupiter takes about a year to move through each sign. And so it's only at 11 degrees in Jupiter. But anyway, as it's moving through Gemini and it's stationing direct, it now is ready to like gather more information. So be prepared for like this influx of information as Jupiter now is moving direct. And then February 9th, we see a solar superior conjunction with Mercury. This actually is a key part of the Mercury cycle of its growth and its retrogradation. It's sort of in the middle of that process. So plan on that also leaving an impact as we begin this cycle. And I hope to do another video on what to expect with the next Mercury retrograde cycle. On February 14th, Valentine's Day, Mercury will be entering Pisces. And so this Piscean energy that can be all about humanity and love, hopefully, with Mercury there, again, time to communicate that. So being prepared for uh, ways to communicate your emotion and your feeling for the people that you love, and hopefully doing it in a positive and heartfelt way as well. So those are the things that are happening during Aquarius season quite a bit. And I'm grateful for it because these outer planets that are going from retrograde to direct are actually going to be a helpful shift. Sometimes, I don't know if you have felt this, but a little bit of this stagnant energy, maybe a little. There's so many planets that have been retrograde right now that it sort of feels like, oh, I want to just move forward, but I can't quite yet move forward. And that's part of that retrograde energy saying, hold back, hold back, hold back. And then once they go direct, it's sort of like the doors open and the energy is released. Okay. So the Zodiac workbook and journal that I have produced that's available on Amazon is to help walk you through the energy of this month. And you can purchase this, use it as a resource as you go through this month and really begin to learn how to apply the energy of the season to your own birth chart. Make your own connections. Of course, you can sit with an astrologer or, get insight on it, but overall, it's so valuable just to have quiet moments for yourself to consider what you need to consider. Something also to pay attention is that Aquarius and the body. So as the sun moves through this body part that is Aquarius rules, you're going to see maybe more awareness in your ankles, shins, calves, like the lower half of your leg, your Achilles, your venous veins of the body, how you oxygenate the blood, the quality and distribution of your blood to the tissues, your breath. Of course, that's very connected to the circulation of the body, eyesight and vision, including subtle energy systems, which is very important to consider because subtle energy systems are part of being more in tune to sort of like the ethereal things that are bringing insight. I think that's very appropriate, especially this month. And then we will have, of course, spinal nerves that also are communication pathways for the body. So plan on that being impacted as we go through this season. Because I love to use things of the earth to support us in moving through such an energy that's hard to sometimes sense and feel, I I was able to identify that Iliahi or Hawaiian sandalwood would be a great support during this Aquarius season. It is known as the oil of sacred connection, and I find that it's also really uh, appropriate because sometimes we need a new vision for the future for ourselves. And during Aquarius season, that opportunity is being presented. As we've gone through Capricorn, maybe some of the old patterns, old traditions have revealed themselves, the waters have been stirred, and now it's time to say, okay, what am I going to change from this? What do I want in the future? And so this time of the winter season is really that time to open up those doors, connect to the sacred divine, and really have a greater vision for what you can create and the possibilities moving forward. So as you go throughout this month, I would highly encourage you to utilize this oil, especially in meditation. You can put it on your skin. It's wonderful for the skin. It's also really wonderful just for the heart and for just calming of the body. It can help from a spiritual perspective access the purpose of the heart and align your priorities with the divine guidance. Because there is so much Aquarius opportunity aligned with some Piscean energy this month, that combination is really unique and it can be very supportive as you learn to listen to those divine messages, to seek and devote in your spiritual practices to receiving that message or those messages and that love that really is sort of all encompassing and calming and uh, like uplifting. Interesting thing about sandalwood trees is that for them to thrive, they actually need to be connected to another tree, a partner tree. And I think this is very appropriate for an Aquarius energy because the Aquarius energy is an energy around people, communities, and groups. And sometimes we get to a place where we're like, I just want to be alone. I'm an introvert. I don't really want people. But there is something powerful about being connected to community and others that actually help us grow and thrive. And just like the Iliahi tree would not thrive without its roots being attached to another tree, we really can't grow and thrive without our own roots being connected to the divine as well as our brothers and sisters in this earth experience. So pay attention to this. Like this is a month of understanding who you are in your community, in your groups. It's not just about you on your own, but also you merged with other people. Okay. Um, I have a great resource if you want to learn more about essential oils and the zodiac signs that will help walk you through what oils I recommend for the different layers, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual of every sign. So, regardless of your sun sign, you have a lot of planets in lots of different signs. And so this gives you insight into what that will look like. So check that out. I'll put that in the link, a link for that in the description below. Oh shoot, I hope that my mic was working that whole time. And then after you get that freebie, you have the opportunity to purchase for a very discounted price the PEMS Wellness Guide. This breaks down the different essential oils into more insight and depth on what they're actually doing for your body, for your emotions, for your mind, and for your spirit. I find it a very useful tool if you're into astrology and into essential oils. It's going to be a great resource for you as well. So, as we um as we finish this, I am just so excited for this month, and I hope that you guys are going to enjoy it as well. It's my birthday month, and being my birthday month, it sort of means a lot to me to like understand it, lean into it, and make the most of it. So I hope that helps you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.